Hello pilots and ground crew. Well, it's Christmas Day tomorrow and some of you, lucky boys and girls, will be getting one of these. Now, as I usually say, this is aimed at beginners. So you've got yourself one of these. Right, now if you're lucky with it, you'll get yourself a pair of these if you've been really good this year. Or something that looks like this, the box goggles for flying FPV, first person view. Okay, you'll get something like this. Now you're going to want to, especially the younger viewers, well, seeing that, I mean, let's be honest, we're all big kids, alright, but you're going to want to be pestering your mum and dad, or your wives, or your husbands, plenty of ladies in this hobby nowadays, to get out to the field and I want to fly. Well, if you go to the field and there's nobody there, fine, have you fly. Right, test out your gear. But if you go to the field, remember this is new pilots, right? If you go to the field and there's other people flying and they've got a pair of these on, right? We're not talking people flying a Phantom or something like that, a quad. They've got themselves a mini quad, racing quad, right? And they're out flying, they've got the goggles on, and you turn up and you think, oh, there's somebody else flying, great. So you plug in your quad and you put your goggles on and you take off, and all of a sudden the other guy crashes and he starts swearing at you. The thing you need to know, now this is not a setup video, right? There's plenty of videos out there teaching you how to set stuff up. This is just that you need to know this for new pilots who, Christmas tomorrow, new toy. Inside your quad, which sends the signal to your goggles, you have something called a VTX. I'm going to zoom in on the table and show you a few different ones. Now they have channels and bands. Now if you happen to turn your quad on, you go to the field, you turn your quad on and somebody else is flying on the same channel, same band, you can you will interfere with their signal. And if you're using a more powerful VTX, say they're running on 25 milliwatts and you bought one with a 600 milliwatt, which in the UK you're not allowed to, but a lot of people do. Anyway, you're going to cut their signal out and they're going to see what's coming from your camera. So if they're flying along, all of a sudden their screen could go blank, or all of a sudden they see you because you're holding your quad looking at yourself, and they're going to crash and they're going to be a bit annoyed. Now you should jump to the table and have a quick look at different types of VTXs. Okay, cheers. Right then, boys and girls. I say boys and girls, but it's Christmas, isn't it? This is just 4 examples of a VTX, the device which sends the signal from your camera to your goggles, so you're seeing FPV. Now they all look slightly different, but to be honest they all do the same job, but some are easier than others to use, if you know what I mean. Now if you bought a ready to fly quad, right, there's lots out there, I'm not going to go through all the names, but if you've got one for Christmas in your stocking, a ready to fly one, right, and you've got it for FPV, it will have something like this in. Now not all ready to fly quads use FPV, so this is aimed just at the ones who's got the goggles and the FPV and they want to go flying. It will have something along the lines of this built into the quad, and you need to find out which band you're on and which channel you're on so you don't interfere with other pilots. Of course, if you're in the middle of a field and you're by yourself, right, don't really matter, but it's still something to learn. Now this is just this is just four to show you the different examples of how they work. This is your most basic type. It has little dip switches here that you push up or down to select your channel. Ignore that there's a top missing. It did have one of these tops on. Alright, but I've cut that off just to connect a pigtail straight to it. But that's here nor there. you've got little switches that you push up or down. You will have in your instructions, please read, new pilots remember, you'll have instructions about how to set this up, which way the bands go and which channel you're on, so you know what's what. The last thing you want to do is, as I said at the beginning, is be on the same band, same channel as somebody else flying. You're both going to have problems. And if you've got a more powerful VTX, right, you're going to cut them out. And if there's a few people at the field, they're not going to be happy with you. Moving on to this one. This is a better one, right, because there's no little switches that you have to adjust or out. This one here, you've got a little LCD screen here. You press and hold the button and your letters, which is for your bands, will come up like ABC for argument's sake. And then you press it again, hold it for 2 seconds, and you channel, and you select your channel. Alright, this is a 25 milliwatt, right, which is your standard legal issue for the UK. This one, I don't know where it come from, it's not that I'd ever use it. Is a 500 milliwatt. That would blast that signal out of the water. Moving on to this one. This is almost identical to that, apart from it's in a case, but this one is a 600. Right, so that would blast them two out. And when I say blast out, if I turn that on while there's 3 or 4 people flying using this type, their signal will just vanish. That's why you have to ask people when you get to the field. Now moving on to this last one, the Team Black Sheep, more expensive one, but this one goes up to 800 milliwatts. Right, if I turn that one on, right, and I'm on the same channel of any of these other 3, right, they're going to lose their image. I'm just going to destroy it. Okay then. Right, the bottom line is, new pilots, remember, right, you've got your new quad, you've got your goggles, you want to go flying, you go to the field, there's somebody else there. Go and ask them what channel they're using, what bandwidth they're using. And it's like, if you're there first, they should come and ask you. Now remember, a lot of people might not even realise this, that's why I'm doing this video. So you might know it and you might be there flying, right? And somebody else comes, it's always best, if you see they've got a quad, it's always best just to stop and you go and ask them. I'll say to them, oh look, I'm on, I don't know, band A, channel 6. Alright, please don't use that one. And because you was there first, they should be nice enough to say, okay, I was on the same channel, so but I'll change it. They may not know how to change. They might be brand new pilots, so you could teach them. Right? And that's what this hobby is all about, helping new pilots and basically giving out information to help new pilots. Right? And it's a great community, the FPV community. Right? Absolute beginners can talk to absolute professionals and they will help you. And I'm not talking about me, I'm not a professional, trust me. But an absolute beginner could be out and about and bump into an absolute professional and he will have the time to help you. Unless he's in the process of getting married or something and he'll say, sod off, I'm busy. But just remember, when you go out to the field for the first flight, make sure you are not using a channel somebody else is using. Alright? So just ask the person. You get there, a few people, oh, what channel are you using, mate? Just so I don't clash you. And they'll even respect you for it. Alright, trust me, they'll respect you for it. And at the same time, if you fly in and somebody else turns up, right, it's always worth walking up to them and saying, oh look, I'm on this channel, please don't use that one. And trying it that way around. But that's just a quick tip, because I'd hate, because it could cause arguments. You think how you would feel. You're out, you're flying your brand new quad, right, and you're having fun, and all of a sudden the picture's gone, right, and you crash and it's all smashed and bust to pieces and stuff, and you look over your shoulder and somebody else has plugged their quad in and they've just killed your signal and it's their fault. It is their fault. You're going to feel angry, right? But if the person has no idea, it's not, you can't blame them. It's one of them things. So just ask, right? If they don't ask you, you ask them. Okay, I'm waffling a bit because I tried to do this unedited. Right, I don't know how I did. I'll find out when I upload it. Thanks for watching. Have a great holiday and cheers. Bye.